Okay, welcome to the tutorial on how to create charts and graphs in Excel. First thing, open up Excel, and then I always leave a little bit of space here on the side and the top. And what you want to do is you want to put the title of your quantities. So here I have speed and energy, and you always put the units as well: speed, meters per second; energy, meters per, joules. And then you want to put in your data vertically. Put it down here. And what I would recommend, this to the left, always put the independent variable. So in this case, speed is the independent variable, and then to the right is where you want to put the dependent variable. Okay, and then you want to highlight these two. Just highlight the columns, and then up here you go to charts, and you pick the chart that you want. In physics, we're almost always going to use scatter plot, and use this one, marked scatter. The smooth scatter is going to do some stuff you don't want it to do, which I'll explain in a minute. But marked scatter, you do this, and it'll give you this nice graph. And you can tell from the quantities here, from the numbers, this goes up to 16. So this here on the x-axis, or the horizontal axis, that's my independent variable, which is what I want. And here is my dependent variable. So that's good, but there are a few things that I need now. Every chart has to have a title, and it also has to have the quantities here on the side. You know, what am I talking about? What are my units? So to pick my layout, I go here to chart quick layouts. I pick this one because it gives me the title, the axes. This thing we don't need because we don't have more than one line. So I highlight this and then I hit delete, and that thing goes away. And then for chart title, I highlight this, and then I put in energy versus speed. That's a basic title. It's the dependent versus the independent variable. And then to change this, I just highlight it and I start typing. This is the energy, so I type in energy, and I always include the units. Never forget to include the units. We don't know what do these numbers mean here. And for axis title, down here, this is speed, so I would include meters per second in that as well. So now I'm just about set. This is a good graph. I've got my points here. The one thing that I have to add, though, is a trend line. And here's how you add the trend line. Click on these points. Click on one of these points so they become highlighted. And then I go to Chart, Add Trend Line. Now I'm going to move this so I can see the trend line kind of in the background. And maybe I can move this as well. Maybe not. Okay. Now the thing is, this line does not look like a good fit. So I tried these other ones. Logarithmic, that doesn't look like a good fit either. Polynomial, that looks like a good fit. And I can change the order of magnitude, right? This is a quadratic because it's 2, or I could do cubed to the 4th. You see it starts getting kind of weird. But we'll stick in this class mainly with the 2. Most of the things that we have are going to either be linear or polynomial, just kind of as a heads up. When I've got a line that I like, and I leave it, now I go to Options. And in Options I can say Display Equation on Chart. Now what it does is it gives me the equation of the line right there. And that's what I want. Most of the time I'm going to want that equation there. And you can see it's a best fit line. You know, it's a trend line. So it's not hitting every point exactly, but it's giving me the best estimate of all the points together. And that is how you do a chart in Excel. Again, to review, you label these two columns. On the left, you put the independent variable. On the right, you put the dependent variable. Highlight them, click Scatter, Marked Scatter. If you do the smooth scatter, then it'll do more like a dotted line here. It'll just kind of move around. It doesn't give you a best fit line, so don't do that. Do the Marked Scatter. Then you highlight your chart, you pick the layout. You can erase that thing off to the right. Just click on the axes in the title to change those. Highlight the points. Go to Tools or Chart, Add Trend Line. You see it doesn't show up now. And then by adding the trend line, you pick the kind you like and turn on the equation so you can see what that is.